Greeted in a variety of odd ways. Let's go sightseeing. It must be every girl's fairy tale dream to meet the Queen of England, but sadly not every fairy tale has a happy ending. That's what happens when the entire alto section decides to curtsy at the same time. From girls falling down to girls falling up. Here we find Prince Charles in Australia, at the other end of the world, exploring the world of other ends. Now, the rest of us in these circumstances wouldn't know where to look, but not Charles. He knows exactly where to look. Little brother Edward is made of stern stuff as well. It takes more than a man in a skirt and a big stick poking his tongue out to frighten him. Perhaps he'd have enjoyed this display a little more. Well, a little more than his mother did, anyway. Now, this should cheer her up. ER is a reference to the Queen's logo, not the popular hospital-based drama. Now, these chaps are Royal Lifeguards, whose job it is to guard royal life, and hence the name. They take great pride in their shiny helmets, shiny boots, shiny buttons, and nice white trousers. One thing they should always remember is to do up the shiny buttons on the nice white trousers, otherwise the nice sergeant could get very angry. Best done before you put your gauntlets on, though. No, you can't go defending the monarchy with your flies undone. Having at a jolly occasion staffed by a giant Scotsman, a giant pea man, and a couple of human flower pots. We've absolutely no idea why, but it must be cheaper than taking mind-altering substances. At these events, I wonder if you can pick which side you rub with. Not everyone seems so pleased to see Anne, which is strange because she usually does quite well with horses. Usually. To be fair, steeplechasing was never really her specialist event. Although she did get quite good at falling off. Notice how the faithful servants rushed to help the horse. And listen to the commentary from a real expert.
A nice approach. Oh no! Just a little too slowly, I'm afraid, and down they go. Oh, what bad luck.
The royals like animals, whether to ride, shoot or eat. Not always the same ones, mind. But dogs are usually the best value for trouble. On this occasion, Princess Diana was at Heathrow Customs Shed, looking every bit as fascinated as you'd expect by some old paint tins, when they decided to liven things up with a sniffer dog demonstration. This happy waggy hound has got to find some illicit substances that are hidden in a blue suitcase. Job done. And with one word of command from his handler, the dog does exactly what he likes. We discovered the problem with this dog was that he'd spent too much time watching the baggage handlers. Only mad dogs and Englishmen go out in the midday sun, certainly when visiting the King of Spain. But King Juan Carlos is soon on top of things with the tried and trusted method of controlling a mad Alsatian. Clamp it between your legs and hold on to his ears. So, bearing in mind what a mess of things dogs can make, what would the Queen most like to see? A marching band? A fly past? A penguin parade, perhaps? No, that would be silly. No, it wouldn't. Let's just remind ourselves how royal pageantry should work, with state coaches, white horses, mounted guards, everything running like clockwork. Don't try that at home. The royals don't just get pulled around by horses, they race them as well. And Royal Ascot wouldn't be royal without the royals. Well, fairly obviously. The Queen can get quite carried away by it all. And number one son even had a go himself once. Just the once. But there's more to racing than meets the eye.
I haven't watched from a pair of binoculars for ages. Look at it, pouring with tears. Oh dear. I always watch on the television. It's the emotion. No, I watch on the television. No, Mummy, if you look into the wind like that, it's like looking at a deer. So I think it is.
We couldn't bring you a royal outtake show without the most infamous royal outtake of them all. Sarah, Duchess of York, earned herself a bit of a reputation for spending too much time on holiday. Here she is with little Beatrice and Eugenie, teaching them 3 essential royal princessing skills: how to walk on snow, how to cooperate with the press,
Mum, can you... that's better, that's splendid.
better.
and how to walk on snow. The 3 golden rules of appearing in public are: 1, never work with animals; 2, never work with children; and 3, never work with children. This little girl, not content with presenting a posy, decided she'd join in the official visit for a while. Quite a long while, in fact. As the walkabout continues, she introduces the royal couple to the Prime Minister of Canada, discusses the ramifications of the devolution of Francophone Quebec, and mulls over who's better, All Saints or the Spice Girls, before Mum finally calls her in for tea. One of the nice things about being royal is that even tiny children know who you are.
Good guess.
Although sometimes meeting them can be quite an effort. And I don't know who she thinks she is, but these are definitely my flowers. That's not my mum. At least royal children know how to behave. And learn at a very early age how exactly to handle the media. It's not often we see the entire family together at the same time. Everyone's there, including Princess Anne, Prince William, and a nice old man who's wandered in off the street. No one's noticed William winding the band up with his trombone impressions until that sneak of a cousin grasses him up. Then a few stern words from Auntie Anne has him making a reluctant, respectful salute. Let's make do with a hard hat, which Princess Diana was convinced looks like boiled egg. Charles is nothing if not game. Ooh, not bad. And remember, this is Prince Charles doing something he never ever thought he'd have to do. Queue up in a job centre. Early signs were rhythm wasn't his strong suit. He started badly. But by trying hard and practicing everything, he gradually got worse. Still, at least he didn't have to pose for any embarrassing photos. Why let a total lack of rhythm and coordination stop anyone from doing a simple job? Like playing the drums, for example. At least it impresses the girls. The one over Charles' right shoulder can hardly contain her indifference. So let's try something a little easier. Cricket, perhaps. Okay, golf then. Cricket then. All right, golf then. No, there's only one sport Charles is really good at: polo. Oh, and hat throwing too. Temper. And by the simple magic of videotape editing machine, success! One important section of the royal job description includes unveiling things, cutting tapes and launching ships. Simple.
I just want to add my...
In fact, so simple some things practically unveil themselves.
This very hard-working team. It was done it rather quicker than I expected.
And this morning we had a slight problem. It's not a problem.
Okay, so not everything unveils itself. So if at first you don't succeed,
This small snapshot.
either give up or don't try that at home.
So it gives me great pleasure to name
Normally, of course, the bottle is broken against a ship.
Challenger, and may God bless all who sail in her.
If it doesn't work, just wave your arms around a bit. No, that's silly. If it doesn't work, simply give that 200,000-ton tanker a little push. Let's see if Prince Charles is having any more luck pulling people's curtains for them. Edward then, surely he can open a door.
I won't tell you what's happened here.
He has done.
I've got the lever.
Her Majesty has the right idea. If you want something done properly, get someone else to do it.
No, we cannot.
But not Charles.
Could you
No, it doesn't work.
this way?
That way.
You can't go wrong with the good old Queen Mum. Now, there are two things you need to know about openings and launches. Always take a pair of scissors. And always take a man with a hammer. Loves the royal family. Some people love them so much they can't control themselves. And the nice thing is, they're often the most articulate and intelligent of people.
It's just so beautiful. I'm just so privileged. I can't believe I did that.
Was she as pretty as you expected her to be?
Oh, prettier than ever. More prettier than ever.
Princess Diana wasn't alone. At one time, the nation was keen to clutch Charles to its heart. A bit too keen, and a bit too close to its heart on occasions. At one time, the poor man couldn't even go for a swim without being molested by beautiful, scantily clad young women. It's a difficult job, and someone's got to do it. Me, please. Even the Spice Girls got in on the act. But there's more to the art of princely adoration than just a peck on the cheek. And again, please, Ginger. But in fact, the royal who had something for everyone was Diana. And we do mean everyone.
She's the Queen of Hearts! She's the Queen of Hearts!
So that's what's meant by a TV appearance.
Di, I'm here! Your long lost sister! Hi, Di! Oh, I got carried away there. I know, it's so exciting.
This fan seems to have been overcome by the emotion. And this one, the lovely Tara Palmer Tomkinson, famous as Britain's best known Tara Palmer Tomkinson, goes all swoony as well. That's very nearly it from this edition of The Best and Worst of Royalty, so I'll say goodbye. But don't go just yet, as we've given Fergie the last word, if she can get it in.
Yeah, I'm going to get it in quite quick. The next decision is coming through quite quick. The reason why I'm standing here is going to officially declare the naming of, officially declare that the naming of the train will be, the naming of the train will be,
Cruise of the Greek islands in full view of the cameras. It's only their second public appearance despite
relate to you.